Hey, anything live? How are we doing tonight? Yeah, I'm here to prove they're willing to put anything live. Did you guys recently watch the Super Bowl? Yeah. Go Eagles, right? But yeah! What I love about watching the Super Bowl is the commercials. And one of my favorite commercials I saw was Steven Tyler. Is it me, or is Steven Tyler been an old woman for 40 years? I look at him and he looks like Janice Dickerson. You know, I just want to tell him, dude, you look like a lady. So I'm single, I'm trying to date, and I was walking around the university, and I saw this nice, wonderful looking Latina woman smiling at me really hard. You know, I look nice and snazzy, but I don't really get a lot of compliments. So, but then I saw her and I walked up to her and she's like, hey. And I'm like, hey, mamacita, ¿cómo estás? And then she looked at me, she's like, whoa, mamacita. Omar, it's Daniela, your cousin. What the hell, man? And I'm like, oh shit. To my defense, I hadn't seen her since like puberty. So I figured everything was fine. I go home, we just have a laugh about it. So I went back to my place, and I got a call. And it was my mom. And she's like, mijo, I heard you tried to fuck Daniela. No, you can misconstrue that way. By the way, my mom sounds like a transgender Tony Montana. So I was like, mijo, you go to the University of Texas. We don't fuck our cousins there, okay? If you wanted to do that, you go to Alabama. And then, why don't you might meet yourself a nice girl, and maybe she'll play with your little friend. So, this time of the year is very hard for me because my grandfather passed away about 3 years ago. I loved him. I respect him. I still think about him to this day. And it's really hard for me to kind of like speak about it and talk about it with him. And, you know, my grandfather died doing what he wanted to do, and that was skydiving on Ambien. He just jumped out the plane, he was like, whee! Then the Ambien kicked in. And then all of a sudden, boom. The floor. That's how he wanted to go out. I think he just took the wrong party drug. But I feel like my phone is listening to me and realizing that I'm mourning my grandfather. And the reason I know this is because I'll log on to Amazon and it'll be like, products you might like, mementos, keepsakes, parachutes. And it's like, I don't need that. And plus, I don't like the fact that my phone picks up on other things. Like, I don't want to log on to like and watch internet videos and have it say, you know what you might like? Granny porn. And it's like, that is not how I want to remember my grandfather. And by the way, Pornhub, how did you get to granny porn from big booty bitches? I'm fairly consistent in that way. I don't want to remember my granddad that way. It is. Wow. You're either a man who either loves big booty bitches or granny porn. Don't worry, man. I'm more my father too. So, as I mentioned before, I'm trying to date. I use the Tinders, as the kids call it nowadays. But I don't like Tinder because to me, being on Tinder is like cutting yourself, except you don't get the satisfaction of fleeting. I just want to feel the rush, but you definitely not. But I did get successful on Tinder one time. I hooked up with this pregnant girl, and we went out to a food truck and we went and got us a poor boy sandwich, which was $15. Which, by the way, defeats the purpose of the poor boy sandwich. If it's $15. So after that meal, we went back to her place and we're about to get it on. We're about to have sex. But then she just whispers to me something weird. She's like, Omar, I need you to put on a condom. And I'm like, why? You're pregnant. Like, You should have been this cautious before your first trimester. It's like putting on your seatbelt after you've crashed. You know, it just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, but yeah, she just needs to live with the accident that she caused and the accident that she's carrying. Oh, that was hard. I'm sorry, but that's how. But guys think that way though, because growing up, one of my friends, he used to have this something called dude logic, which is logic that is absent of any female thought. He would be like, if you tell me, Omar, man, if I was a chick, Holmes, I would suck every dick and fuck every dude. I would tell him, buddy, you can do that shit now. That's not really a gender exclusive activity. Your outing is not really dependent on what you do with your innies. But I've also it's not. I've also had these random thoughts in my head too that just pop up, and one of them is, I don't think I've ever survived a game of fuck, marry, kill. You just take any two people in this room and include me, and I'm just dead. It's sad.